What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including major issues with Bray Wyatt's character, FTR calls out Tony Khan, WWE legend returning, Brock Lesnar broken executive's nose, an MMA legend appearing at Extreme Rules, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and a non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our top story looks at WWE star says that Bray Wyatt's character was difficult to work with. Our top story today examines a recent interview with Seth Rollins and what Rollins had to say in relation to his former rival Bray Wyatt. Rollins and Wyatt previously feuded in WWE back in 2019, and the two had an infamous Hell in a Cell match, which is widely considered to be the worst Hell in a Cell match of all time. And during an interview with Ariel Helwani, Rollins revealed that Wyatt's character was difficult to work with. Rollins stated, look, the Bray Wyatt character is just difficult. If you look at anybody that worked with the Bray Wyatt character for an extended period of time, they didn't come out of it better than they went in. It was very difficult to have a story with him where, aside from Randy, obviously who killed him, it was difficult for anyone. I think maybe Daniel Bryan. Bryan might have escaped a little unscathed, but everyone else pretty much met a dire end for their character. That was the end for the Seth Rollins character as you knew it, the Beast Slayer character. It was tough figuring out how to tell a good wrestling story with that character. It just wasn't good at all. That's one thing I was not. I was not good at the phenomenology stuff. I was able to interweave with that reality enough to make it what I felt was a captivating story. Rollins would go on to say that he would like another shot at working with the former WWE champion, saying, "I would love to have another crack at working with Wyndham Rotunda. He's an incredible talent, just a mind for the industry and for the stories and characters that's very unique. That for not a lot of people in our business, past, present or future, that think about things on the level that he does. So we'd love to have another crack at working with him because I think we could do something extremely special. Whether that's with the Fiend character or not, who knows." Now there is significant evidence pointing towards Wyatt being the one behind the White Rabbit teases, and if Wyatt does return, it'll be refreshing to see the Eater of the Worlds booked under a brand new regime. Wyatt was one of the most talented stars in all of WWE, but sadly he was prone to butting heads with former WWE chairman Vince McMahon. What do you make of Rollins' comments though? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, an AEW star calls out Tony Khan. FTR, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler retained their IWGP Tag Team titles against the Aussie Open during Night 1 of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Royal Quest 2 last night, and following their victory, Harwood called out AEW President Tony Khan. "First things first, Tony Khan, we still work for you. Book us, brother," declared Harwood. FTR have justification to be angry. They've been #1 contenders for the AEW tag titles for 6 months and have yet to be given their shot. The duo has been absent from AEW television since the All Out pay-per-view, and it looks like Khan has no meaningful plans for the talented and celebrated duo. There appears to be a ton of turmoil in AEW as several talents are calling out AEW and Khan publicly, which is a terrible look for the company. Just a few days ago, Andrade was retweeting a fan who was criticizing his AEW booking. Khan without question needs to get things under control very fast. Next up, X-Pac returning to WWE in a new role. Since Triple H took over the role of head of WWE Creative, there have been rumors that he may be looking to bring some of his good friends into the mix. Triple H has already brought back Road Dogg as head of WWE Live Events, and fans are curious to see if fellow DX member Sean Waltman, aka X-Pac, follows suit. Waltman is well known for having one of the smartest minds in wrestling, but the former European champion has never explored a role outside the ring. This could change, as according to Waltman, he'd be interested in returning to WWE in a pay-per-view analyst role. Waltman stated during a Q&A session on the adfreeshow.com saying, "No, I'd like to just come in once in a while, little appearances like that. I go and do these Comic Cons and different appearances several times a month and it's very stress free, and I like how my life is right now. I don't see myself getting on a plane. I get on planes all the time, but to go and have to deal with, sometimes it can get pretty competitive and being backstage and clash of opinions. I just assume to stay slightly removed from all of that. If they really needed me, I just don't think they'd really need me. Not that I don't have anything to offer, I wouldn't mind doing something that didn't require a huge commitment. You know what I would do? Those panels before the pay-per-views. I'd be good at that, just throwing that out there." Would you guys like to see Waltman return to WWE in this manner? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Wargames doing big business for WWE. Now, a number of weeks ago, head of WWE creative Triple H announced that Wargames will be making its main roster debut next month. The annual Survivor Series pay-per-view has been completely rebranded as Survivor Series Wargames and will feature two separate Wargames matches, one for the men and one for the women. It appears that this huge change to the Survivor Series format has done wonders for WWE ticket sales, as according to WrestleTix on Patreon, WWE have sold over 12,000 tickets. WrestleTix also indicates that there are less than 150 tickets left, so the event will no doubt be a sellout. WWE has struggled to market Survivor Series in the past, and there have been rumors that Vince McMahon at one time was considering scrapping the event altogether. Now, it's clear that the Wargames inclusion was a smart move on behalf of WWE, and Triple H is yet again showing he's fully aware of what the modern WWE fan wants to see. Next up, Brock Lesnar broke WWE executive's nose. Now, we all know that Brock Lesnar is one of the most legitimate and toughest wrestlers ever, and WWE executive Bruce Pritchard recently revealed that Lesnar is responsible for his nose breaking in the early 2000s. During a Q&A session on theadfreeshow.com, Pritchard revealed that the former UFC World Champion once kicked a door into Pritchard's face, which resulted in his nose breaking and his orbital bone exploding. Pritchard stated, "Brock Lesnar kicked a wall into my face. We were in Nova Scotia. We were finishing up a shoot, and the folks that had constructed the wall hadn't constructed it very well, and were in the process of trying to get Brock Lesnar out of his room that he started to collapse, and Brock didn't feel like waiting. He started moving walls on his own. When he did, that said wall came crashing into my face, broke my nose in 3 places, shattered my orbital." Pritchard would then reveal that despite Lesnar breaking his nose, Lesnar went out of his way to make amends and apologized to him. "Brock, being the classy guy that he is, sent me a nice note, and I don't know how much king crab and lobster. So much great food from Pike Place Fish, and really nice note, and called to check on me. He didn't mean to do it, it was an accident. He still called to check on me and sent me nice things." WWE fans are eagerly anticipating Lesnar's return to regular WWE programming. Lesnar last appeared in WWE back at SummerSlam in an acclaimed last man standing match against Roman Reigns. Lesnar is expected to return before the year is out, with a featured match at Crown Jewel in November being the most likely next wrestling venture for the Beast Incarnate himself. And finally, a UFC legend to appear at Extreme Rules. Our final story today takes a look at a major change that has been implemented to the Extreme Rules card. MMA reporter Ariel Helwani reported last night that UFC legend Daniel Cormier is set to be the special guest referee for the Fit Pipe match at Extreme Rules on Saturday. Now, this is a massive deal, as Cormier will bring a ton of new fans to the WWE product. The Fight Pit was previously a staple of the NXT product, however, the game Triple H has decided to introduce the match to the main roster. Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle will step inside the Fight Pit, and if their last encounter is anything to go by, the match could steal the entire show. It was also rumored that Ken Shamrock would potentially be the guest referee for the Fight Pit match, but it looks like WWE have gone with the more sensible option, and it'll be great to see him in a role of this nature. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.